took the NFL by storm last season on his way to winning his first MVP. Mahomes lit up scoreboards on his way to over 5,000 yards passing and 50 touchdowns. Peyton Manning, in his historic 2013 MVP season, was the only other QB to hit those marks. When asked about fighting off a sense of accomplishment, Mahomes had this to say.
Until you win that Super Bowl, I don't think you can be complacent with anything. Being that close last year, I mean, you want to find a way to win it, and until you're able to do that and able to do it multiple times, I mean, you're never going to be complacent with where you're at.
Shannon, do you like that Mahomes said you can't be complacent until you win a Super Bowl?
Well, I think he got his words mixed up, Skip. I think if you're a professional athlete, there's two words you never want to hear come out of another athlete's mouth, and that's complacency and quit. So if you win the Super Bowl, now you can get complacent. I think that one of the things that I admire most about Tom Brady is that even in his young career in which he'd won, he never said, he scaled a summit, Skip, and instead of basking in the glory of what he had accomplished, he marched down the hill and found another summit to climb. That's what you have to admire as a professional athlete, Skip. I remember when I made my first Pro Bowl, I wanted to show everybody it wasn't a fluke. So I needed to beat the times that I ran last year on the track. I needed to lift more weights. And when I made my first All-Pro team, I wanted to show this is not a fluke. I'm for real, guys. And when we went to the Super Bowl, my drive was to get back again to show what you're seeing, my individual accomplishment and the team accomplishments, that's not a fluke. Hopefully, like I said, I believe he got his words mixed up, Skip, because it seems like he's like, well, if I win the Super Bowl, okay, maybe I can exhale. And you can never exhale when you play professional sports, because there's someone always trying to catch you. And so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But I do not like to hear complacency come out of a guy's mouth that says, unless you're gonna say, I'm never gonna be complacent, because until I'm done, I feel I can get better, and there's always something else I can accomplish.
I am not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We had him on the show before the draft. He's a smart young man.
Sure.
I think he knows exactly the meaning of complacent. I don't think he got any words mixed up. I think he just spoke his heart and spoke his mind. And I think he is in danger of getting a little too full of himself a little too quickly coming off his MVP season. I think he's in danger of focusing on all the wrong things, because it has been reported that he does practice left-handed passes in practice. He practices no-looks.
It's for fun.
And he practices all the Globetrotter, Steph Curry kind of plays, except Steph's plays when he's shooting 40-foot jump shots, they're actually, for him, conservative shots, because they're like free throws for him.
Right.
They're not whipped cream shots. They're actually conventional shots. They're just being shot farther and farther out.
Correct.
But we've not seen left-handed pass, from right-handers. We've not seen that many no-looks. We've seen occasional sidearm flings from Brett Favre and that sort of thing. But this is the danger when you are spoiled rotten by Andy Reid, because Andy Reid loves him some Patrick Mahomes, because he traded up and he feels like, look at me, I stole him. Nobody saw this coming except me.
Correct.
And yet, part of Patrick's success last year, offensively, I have to give to Andy Reid. He's not had a whole lot of a focus on his defense. He did have the late, great Jim Johnson in Philly, but obviously the defense failed them.
Yeah, Bob Sutton didn't get it done.
Nope, he did not get it done, and maybe now they'll, with Spagnuolo, maybe in the upgrades with Honey Badger, maybe they'll be a little better.
Right, Frank Clark.
Yeah, Frank Clark will help. So the point is that I think Patrick is so full of himself right now, not in a terrible way, but just in like a matter-of-fact way, that he's just saying, I'll get complacent when we win a Super Bowl. And to your point, the first guy I thought of was Tom Brady.
Right.
Can you imagine? He has been to 9 Super Bowls. He's now favored to go to his 10th Super Bowl, and he seems more driven than ever.
Yeah.
So complacent is not in his vocabulary.
It shouldn't be in any athlete.
Right?
Well, it shouldn't be in anybody's vocabulary, because you should never be, comfortable enough with your situation that you're like, I can't get better or I can't improve this situation. And the thing is, Skip, if you look at Tom, like I said, when they asked him, like, Tom, which is your favorite Super Bowl, he said the next one. Complacency is like, well, I'm good. I've got enough. 14 Pro Bowls, 3 MVPs, 9 Super Bowl appearances with 6 wins with 4 Super Bowl MVPs. I mean, what else y'all want me to do?
And what does he always
say?
say?
10? You want me to go to 10? That's what I want.
Okay, that's what he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
He's driven for it.
Yes.
He says, the older I get, the harder I have to work in the offseason.
Right.
Well, that's not what Patrick is saying. He's saying, well, if I get my Super Bowl, then I can gear down a little bit and I can rest on my laurels a little bit.
Like I said, I don't like hearing complacency being talked about. I mean, Coach says, look, I don't want these guys to get complacent. That's one thing. Or you say, I'm never going to be complacent. Because I feel, I love what I accomplished last year. We didn't reach our ultimate destination, Super Bowl. But even don't even say if, even when I win the Super Bowl, it's to get to another and another and another. It's just, like I said, I'm going to give him the benefit. Skip, he's young. Maybe, nervous a little bit.
Maybe.
He might hear that back and go, it's not exactly what I needed to say.
Right.
He is smart, though.
I don't think he ever gets nervous in front of the media. I'm sorry. Here's the problem. I watched him in his last preseason outing, and it was horrible by his standards. And you know and I know this league can do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you get a little bit complacent in the back of your mind, even in your psyche complacent, like, I got this, you don't got this.
No.
And again, if he keeps playing like he did the other night, he's going to have problems because I can tell you there are 3 coaching staffs who spent the whole offseason trying to figure out how to shut that guy down. And Oakland is way better on defense because they got some firepower now.
Whitehead, they got Burfict. Yeah, they got some guys.
And those 2 rookies are Furl and Jonathan Abram.
Yep.
They can bring the heat as they brought it on Kyler the other night. So they're just better, and they're going to be gunning for this kid. And we know the Chargers are good. And the other night, Denver, I thought
they'll be better.
You know what?
They'll be better defensively.
Chubb flashed for me.
And Bosa is healthy this year.
Yeah.
So he'll be there. He won't miss 10 or 11 games.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It looks like his little brother's missing games. I don't know. Maybe it runs in the family. But
Skip, I don't like the word complacency. He had an unbelievable season, and you should be looking. There's a chance he might not ever be 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. But just because you don't reach that number doesn't mean you don't have a great season. But if you sit back and think, well, man, once I reach this, I've arrived, you're going to have problems. I ain't going to play. I mean, the first time I beat Skip down, busting down Jenny, I was like, shh, let me get back to work. We're home, watch. Okay, Been beating him down ever since. I'm never going to get complacent.
There's always someone else who can step in.
You're going to catch these L's as long as TV is on.
That's what it comes down to.
You've become a complacent loser on the show.
That ain't happening.
Or in your head, you're
all I bring is L's.
Yeah, you just accept the fact you got no shot, so you just you just ease into it every day. Like, I know what's coming.
I'm going to get you a chain with diamonds with a big old L.
We haven't heard about your restaurant in a while,
It ain't open right yet. It'll be open in a minute.
Sounds like somebody's going to pick Kansas City to play Philadelphia.
I don't, Skip, right now, I'm not there yet. I'm not there with my prognostications, but old Sharpadamas will have it right.
Well, whatever the prognostication is, before the season will change after week 1, 2, 3, and 4.
You can't have that this year.
Or may
once
not.
you make those picks. These two, Odell Beckham Jr. and Antonio Brown, have a lot in common. New teams, new quarterbacks. 0 preseason snaps. With those new quarterbacks, who should be more worried? James Harrison is back with us. He'll help us out next.